So he says, don't worship any false gods while I'm gone. Bro, I'm bored. Let's worship some false gods. So they make a golden calf and worship it. Meanwhile, on the top of the mountain, the presence of God descends upon the mountain, and Moses receives the law on stone tablets, including the Ten Commandments. But when Moses goes back down and sees the Israelites worshiping a false god, he gets so mad he smashes the stone tablets. So he goes back up the mountain and gets new stone tablets. And God adds to the covenant, saying he's going to give the people the law and the land if they're faithful to the covenant. So let's see how faithful they're going to be. The people are approaching the promised land, but the evil Canaanites already live there. They have strong fortresses and big, scary soldiers, and the Israelites are going to have to fight them to take over the land. Come on, guys, be brave. God's going to be with you? No, we're too afraid. So the Israelites turn away, they don't invade the land, which means they did not have faith in God's covenant, so their punishment is they have to wander around the Sinai desert for 40 years. But what about Moses? He didn't do anything wrong, so maybe he's the chosen one who's going to defeat Satan? Well, no, Moses still sinned by doing a miracle the wrong way, so his punishment is he's going to die before he gets to enter the promised land. But then the next generation of Israelites, led by Joshua, does enter the land, uses trumpets to smash the city of Jericho, and drives out the rest of the Canaanites. Cool, now we finally have our land, but who's going to rule us? So God appoints judges to rule over the people and defend them from the enemy nations. Because during this time, there's a pattern that goes something like this. There's peace in the land, but then people get lazy and forget about God, so God lets their enemies conquer them, but then people turn back to God, so God strengthens them to reconquer their land and there's peace in the land again. This pattern repeats many, many times with many, many different judges, and people are starting to get sick of it. Bro, why can't we just have a king? Trust me, you don't want a king, says Samuel. Come on, everyone else has a king. Okay, fine, says Samuel, but the king's gonna be oppressive. So Samuel anoints Saul as king, and sure enough, Saul is an oppressive ruler. You know who'd be a better ruler? This young kid, David. He's just a shepherd and a string player, so no one takes him seriously. But one day, a huge, scary caveman warrior, Goliath, shows up to fight the Israelites. Okay, guys, who wants to fight Goliath? I'll do it, says David. So David takes out his slingshot, hits Goliath in the head with a rock, and kills him. So now David's a hero, and everyone loves David, and Saul is getting pretty jealous of David. Especially because all the girls are chanting, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands. So Saul wants to kill David. So David flees, and Saul pursues him. But one day David gets a golden opportunity to kill Saul while he's using the bathroom, but he doesn't, so Saul forgives David. But one day Saul dies to avoid being captured, so David becomes the next king. This is awesome. It starts out really well, and David gains a lot of victories for his kingdom. Maybe he's the chosen one that's going to defeat Satan. Except no, David sins because he likes this one woman, so he has her husband killed in battle so he can steal her. So God makes everything go downhill for David after that. But God still promises that one of David's descendants will be the king that he couldn't be, have a kingdom that covers the entire world and lasts forever.